Well, greetings everybody, and welcome to my course on technology and society. No doubt, if you've gotten to this point, you've seen my picture perhaps in a couple different places, and you know that I'm Dr. Peck, your professor for the course. And as I mentioned in my greeting, I will be offering some thumbnails from time to time throughout the course to perhaps give you some guidance and help structure what you're encountering here. So in this first one, there are a couple things I want to do to get us off to a good rolling start. First of all, you've read in the greeting how the course works, and you know that there are two tabs along the left side that are especially important. One is the activities tab, if you will, that basically gives you what the tasks and assignments are for the week. When it comes to graded assignments, they're going to be found within the tab that you will access simply by clicking on the tab called Discussions. Now, one of the first things you're going to be doing this semester is posting a brief introduction to yourself in the tab that is marked Class Introductions. That's a non-graded discussion forum in which you are invited to share some information about yourselves, including a picture, if you're willing and able to do so. I sure hope that you possibly can. As I mentioned, the weekly activities will give you the assignments, which again are the very same things that are mirrored in that portion of the syllabus, which gives you a week by week and blow by blow description of what is happening throughout the term. The discussions themselves that are graded are found again within that Discussions tab. I also want to mention the Supporting Materials tab, which contains a variety of information that you'll find very helpful to you as you go forward with the written work that is assigned for you this semester. You'll find some templates there which hopefully will be useful to you in putting together the written assignments, and you will also find some examples of those written assignments that have been produced by students like yourselves who have taken this course previously, and you will find some examples there of the kinds of things that they've done in tackling the various assignments. There's also a tab called Thoughts, Comments, and Questions, which is a place for you to post any thoughts, comments, and questions you might have, oddly enough, regarding the course. If you see such an item there, feel free to respond to it if you know the answer. I will also monitor that tab from time to time and provide some answers if in fact I can do that for you. Okay, let's see. The second thing I want to do in this little thumbnail is to give you a very brief overview of what you're going to be encountering in your first reading assignment in our book by Rudy Volte, which is Chapter 1. And in that chapter you're going to find some interesting discussions of which you ought to be aware, kind of take note of. The big points are found in these topical areas. One of them will be technology and the idea of progress. So take note of what Volte has to offer there. Does technology always mean progress, for example, or may we assume necessarily that technological advance necessarily leads to what might be called progress? Following that, you're going to find a very interesting discussion about something called rationality. And keep in mind, if you've taken the original course on sociology or the intro course, that the master trend in sociology in the West over the last few centuries has been a movement from tradition to rationality. And I think you'll find this discussion meaningful in light of that master trend. And then finally, a very, very important topic that will continue to inform pretty much everything that you encounter from this point forward, and that's the notion of something called technological determinism and how it contrasts with a major point that Volte is going to emphasize, which has to do with something called social constructivism. It's through that notion of social constructivism that you're going to find a linkage between what we'll encounter and come to understand as technology and the sociology that underpins this. And I guess I should mention that implied within that is the other major topic that you'll find in Chapter 1, and that is Volte's discussion of a series of things which, when you put them all together, account for what technology in an academic sense really is. So we'll be keeping those kind of criteria, if you will, for technology, definitionally speaking, throughout the remaining topics in the course. Well, once again, this is bringing me to a close of this first thumbnail. I welcome you to my course. Hope you find it enjoyable and interesting. I'm sure you will. And keep your eyes and ears posted. There will be other thumbnails throughout the course, and you'll be warned, I think, in the weekly notices that there is a thumbnail underpinning the material you'll be finding there. So with that, without further ado, I will bid you farewell for now, and again, wish you very well with the course and the best of luck. Take care. Bye-bye.